Did you know that you don't necessarily need to have a big garden in your backyard for you to have your own vegetable garden? You don't have to go through all the trouble of digging the ground and creating that perfect layout to have a vegetable garden. Stick around and watch until the end of this video to find out more. Let's get planting. Welcome to your YouTube channel, ITTV. Remember, you are the original of yourself. There is no duplicate of you anywhere in the world. Before anything else, the basic steps of starting your vegetable garden is to decide which vegetables you'd like to grow. The vegetables that are convenient to grow and those that are appropriate and applicable to your home. Prepare the materials you need and watch until the end of this video. As well, I'll mention some of these materials and tools. Try to scout your house for things that you don't use anymore, and perhaps you can use for your garden. Things like cups, bottles, jars, racks, and baskets. We don't necessarily have to make new purchases for us to have a vegetable garden at home, as long as some materials are still useful. Rectangular containers. If you're just about to start your vegetable garden, investing in rectangular container pots just might be for you. A measurement of 5 by 7 rectangular pots and about 7 to 8 inches deep can be great to line your balcony floors. Those drawers you no longer use is handy here. These are great for your carrot and potato vegetables that need a bit more space to plant. There are a lot of advantages in using rectangular containers. Having more space in planting row to row, being able to have a semi-intercultural operation system, and plants can get proper space and sunlight. If you are just starting your own garden, this might just be perfect for you. Trays and cell flats. Many gardeners consider this to be the most efficient way to start a large number of seedlings at once. Trays and cell flats are one way to start vegetable gardening if you desire to have a lot of seedlings at once. They are easy and quick to fill, and are very easy to reuse as long as you make sure that they aren't destroyed yet, and if you handle them with care. Lettuce, bell peppers, tomatoes, and cucumbers are seeded in these cell flats and are then transplanted once they are ready. The advantages of these containers are that they can be planted in the ground directly with the seedlings, or in bigger pots or larger containers if you don't have that typical large backyard garden. Jars. Jars are great for growing out your herbs. They do not take up so much space, and herbs are one of those plants that are easy to grow at home. A tip would be to put stones inside first before putting in your soil for drainage. When you water your plants, since there are no holes at the bottom of the jars, the water can drip through the stones draining out from your soil to ensure that your plants won't be overwatered. Some advantages of using jars for your plants are that its aeration is good, making it better for growth. Another is that it is easy to water and it is self-draining as long as you use those stones that I mentioned. You can also paint your jars to add some decoration to your garden. This would look aesthetic and dainty. Baskets. I have mentioned this in my previous video. Baskets are great for garden starters. If you live in a tiny apartment, this would be great for you to hang your plants on. Aside from it looking aesthetically pleasing, this would also be a space saver since they aren't sitting on your floor or on tables. You can use these baskets for vegetable plants such as garlic, herbs, and wheatgrass, and even plants like super sweet 100 cherry tomatoes. I've mentioned this in my previous video that super sweet 100 cherry tomatoes are great for hanging baskets, since they are the type of plants that sprawl and they are prolific, thus producing in abundance, making your vegetable garden looking extra fine with minimal efforts. Fertilizers. Having organic fertilizer will boost your plant's growth at home. With this, you don't necessarily have to buy fertilizers from the market. You can make your own. To start off, all you need are eggshells, banana peels, and coffee grounds. You can blend all of this in a blender or a food processor if you have one at home. If not, you can simply chop and dice all of the banana peels and crush the eggshells with a mortar and pestle. Mix all of these three together, and you have yourself a DIY organic fertilizer. Many gardeners like to use coffee grounds as fertilizer, since it adds organic material to the soil, which improves drainage, aeration in the soil, and water retention. Some use this as mulch for their plants as well. Banana peels are well known for its ability to release nutrients to the plants. Nutrients such as potassium, and small amounts of phosphorus, magnesium, and nitrogen. Eggshells, on the other hand, releases calcium to the soil, which is another essential nutrient for your vegetables to grow. Good soil. A good soil for the indoor garden is a potting mix. A potting mix is composed of perlite, vermiculite, and peat moss. Peat moss is composed of decomposed plant remains such as sedges, reeds, mosses, and grasses. It has an acidic pH that is ideal for acidic-loving plants. We also have vermiculite. This is great for plant starters as it creates ideal conditions for plant growth. It improves the aeration of the soil and improves moisture retention of the soil. Perlite, on the other hand, is similar to vermiculite. It improves aeration. It also modifies soil substructure, keeping the potting mix loose, and defies compaction. Choosing the right soil for your vegetable garden is very essential, since it will determine the vegetables you can grow and harvest. This is the number one thing that we should consider when starting our garden, since this is our main medium. Plastic bottles, cans. Using cans is also another great way of recycling and reusing. You're going to need to clean the tin can first. Wash it well, and then drill or puncture holes at the bottom of it for its drainage system. Metal cans conduct heat and cold well, and don't provide much insulation to the soil or plant roots. When using this, you have to make sure that they are placed in an area that is not directly hit by the sun, and that it is in a dry area. You can be creative with this by decorating it, like painting or perhaps tie a ribbon around it. Paper cups. Paper cups are great for seed starters. This eliminates transplant shock as they are easy to plant because the plants don't have to be removed from the pot. You can use these paper cups for your tomato plants, lettuce, spring onions, and even for garlic. Before putting in soil, make sure you have puncture holes on the side for its drainage. Paper cups are another way to help save Mother Earth. When you have parties and such, don't throw these away because you can surely recycle them. See? Now, didn't this video just make you want to start your garden right away? Remember, I will be here every day of the week to give you more insights into home gardening and staying healthy with these vegetables. Subscribe to this channel, ITTV, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you will be the first to know when I upload another interesting and informative video for you. Also, click the like button and give a thumbs up. And don't you ever forget, you are the original of yourself. There is no duplicate of you anywhere in the world.